Tokyo Mirage Sessions Sharp FE has been hit with a censorship
It has been.
Although not really, because it was always censored over here.
It was.
So what actually happened is the original version that came to the Wii U, that was uncensored in Japan and then censored for the rest of the world.
Yes.
Which is what we're getting now. The problem is that Japan is also getting the censored version now.
Yes, they are. I would imagine that they're doing this because they don't want to maybe make two versions of the game. It's like if they just get one and just port that for the whole world, then that's going to be a much easier process than having to do it twice.
There's actually a bit of a stir being kicked up over here at the moment about it, which I understand people like fighting the good fight for censorship. I mean, we come from Australia, the land of censorship.
Exactly.
You know?
That's what our number plate should say.
Exactly. So, like, we do understand that. And I'm all for fighting the good fight for, like, you know, getting the full version of games everywhere.
Yeah, me too.
But anyone getting upset about what's actually being censored in this game needs to kind of, I think, just reel it back into maybe just a little bit.
Yeah, so it only seems to be a few things. So a dungeon got changed. I think a female character, she got a different set of clothes because her clothes were quite revealing. And there was a few dialogue changes as well.
So not a huge amount there. But, the real controversy was this around Japan, obviously, because that's where it's changing the most, is that Nintendo had put a couple of screenshots on their website of the Japanese version.
Exactly. Now, this would be misleading to the Japanese people that would be interested in buying this game, because they'll be looking at this picture being like, oh, we're expecting to get this version, which is the version we had on the Wii U, and then to be told, no, that's not actually the version you're getting. I can understand them being upset.
And that's exactly what happened. And so Nintendo, they did the right thing here. They put out a statement and they said, listen, we're sorry, we've actually misled customers here by putting out the wrong piece of artwork. We've now taken that down, we've since corrected it, and we're actually, they're going the next step and saying we're offering refunds to anyone who's pre-ordered it, saying, you know what, you can get your money back if you'd like to, which is the right thing.
Yeah, exactly. And it turns out I've definitely done the right thing here. I do find, though, it's a little bit sad because, like, this game that already would have a niche audience, it seems to be having, like, bad publicity around it now.
Yeah, I mean, it was a niche enough audience. I think because of the Nintendo name behind it, it gets that little bit of a boost beyond the niche. You know, a lot of people just consider this just being for that very, very niche audience. But, you know, the Nintendo name, it got me interested, and I wouldn't normally get into a game this deep in the, I guess, Japanese pop star idol lore or anything like that. And so it got me interested in buying the first game. But now the news that it's just surrounding this thing, because there's not else a lot popping around it, has just been this. And I mean, we're adding to that. You know, we're making that bubble bigger at the moment now. We're not really helping it. But that's the fact is that this is what everyone's going to hear about it now.
Exactly.
And it could affect the game as far as sales go.
Oh, absolutely. Like, if you're searching up this game, you know, you haven't heard about it, you just search it up, and all the articles that come up is just about this censorship.
Yeah.
It could, turn people off.
And I don't want to give it a bit of defense because I didn't mind the game. Like, it wasn't 100% for me just because of how entrenched in the pop idol stuff it was. But I still thought it was a good game. I still enjoyed it. I thought it was a good, like, RPG, a bit of fun. And so, like, I do still recommend it for that type of thing.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Now, the next point that I want to go on here, Nat, and I actually want to ask you about is actually the Wii U games, because this is obviously one of the next Wii U games coming across. There is not much left to come across.
The Wii U library is running dry.
Exactly. And, like, we started off with the start of the Switch library just being like, when Wii U games are coming around, there's a lot of people out there where they're like, I don't want Wii U ports.
Well, they were coming in thick and fast at one point there.
And back then at that point, I was like, but there's a lot of good games back there that a lot of people didn't get to play. So let's put them on. Don't be ridiculous. Let's put them all on the Switch.
Yeah, I agree. Like, especially if there's quiet periods as well. It's like, fill them up with the rest of those Wii U ports.
Absolutely. But now we're getting to that point where I'm like, what's left? You know, should we be shoveling everything else over, or like should there be stuff that's kind of left behind there still? So let's go over a couple of games here that we still might want to see, or still might see come across here.
I think the most popular one that everyone is kind of expecting and waiting for is Super Mario 3D Land.
Yeah, I know I am.
Or is it World?
Super Mario 3D World would be the correct term there.
I don't even know the name of it.
I'm super excited for this game I forgot the name of.
Yeah, basically.
No. But same here. That was a really good Mario game. It was kind of actually unique as well in the way that it wasn't like your full 3D game, but it wasn't like your new Super Mario Brothers. It was like this combination between the two in the way that it actually worked, and I really enjoyed it. I thought that was just a really unique, fun, had a lot of spanky attitude towards it.
I feel like that game really revives like the Mario 3D kind of, like not the 3D, but more like the the Mario Bros Deluxe, like all those type of games, it kind of refreshed them.
It did.
And I've forgotten the name of those
New
as
Super
well.
Mario Brothers games. In a day when they were getting kind of stale and people were getting sick of them, it certainly did refresh them, and it's just a great multiplayer game. So I hope that one comes across here. What about Xenoblade Chronicles X?
I hope this one comes. I mean, now that we're getting the first Xenoblade on the Switch,
that's why I want it.
Makes sense to have them all now on the Switch.
Yeah, like for me, this has never been a point of like, I want these all for myself because I've got all the games, like all these games that we're going to be talking about already. I don't need them over there. But for an audience of who could get enjoyment out of these games, would there be a big enough audience for them? I think the Xenoblade is definitely one out there. That there's this just big pool of people that are like, I love the newest Xenoblade. We're getting Xenoblade 1 now. Throw that offshoot one in there. Why not?
Yeah. No, I do agree with that. I do feel like exactly like the first one's coming. That maybe in the future they will bring X as well.
Yeah,
and just kind of keep it going.
Wonderful 101.
I never played this.
You never played it?
I never played it.
Okay, so I dived into it. Not much, just a little bit here. Fun little game. Not for me. There's only one more that I have here that I know I would want to come across, and that's Paper Mario Color Splash.
Yes.
Underappreciated Paper Mario game. It came out at an age where like Paper Mario Sticker Star was just getting the absolute whatever life it had left in it beaten out of it.
Exactly, and it also came out near the end of the Wii U's life as well. Mm-hmm. So I feel like a lot of people did not play this game.
Yeah, and so it got overlooked a lot. And then when you read the reviews are out there saying there's too many toads and it's using it's using a similar combat system. But I tell you what, it is a slightly improved combat system from what the other one was.
Is.
It's not a return to form of the old ones, but it's improved. And the charm is just dripping from this world, despite the toads. The toads are part of the fun and fantasy of what this game actually was in the first place, by the way.
Yeah, they are, definitely. Now, I feel like this would be a good one to come because I am actually a little bit hesitant that we will see a new Paper Mario game anytime soon.
It's got to be happening, Nat. And in fact, like we're thinking of doing an episode coming up soon covering some stuff like that, but it's got to be, Paper Mario is on the cards. Pun 100% intended, okay?
And I would love for it to come, but I am iffy. That we will see a Paper Mario game anytime soon.
You're iffy?
Yep.
Get out.
I don't know if it's going to happen.
Get out. No way.
I mean, of course I want it to. I love Paper Mario games, but
I didn't come on here today expecting my heart to be broken, but here we are. Okay.
Hush.
If you play this back in slow motion, you see the point where my heart goes.
So, Color Splash would be a good one to bring in while they do work on the next Paper Mario.
Yeah, exactly. And if you're listening or watching to this, make sure to let us know what Wii U games you'd like to see it come across. I'd love to know what other people like this. Because the Wii had such a good library of games, and a lot of people are excited as I am about some of those games. So definitely would like to see
the Wii or the Wii U.
Both.
Both. Yeah.
Wii.
Well, we are starting to get Wii games now, so
yeah, exactly.
Why not?